crazy busy seasons are so painful, uncomfortable, stressful, and they're almost set us into the panic mode. But they are like a catalyst and like a cleanser in our lives, and they're extremely helpful. And in this video I share 5 things why crazy busy seasons are so good and helpful to us. Hi guys, if we have not met before, my name is Yana and I am a work from home mom. And as every working mom, and I guess any stay-at-home mom as well, everyone has very busy seasons in their lives. But I feel like it's a Murphy's Law, or I guess God's testing in our lives. Whenever there's an extra busy season that is coming up, there always will be extra things that will be happening, and it's like as if you don't even have to predict it, it just happens. Just recently, I'm a wedding photographer. Did I mention that? Whatever. I'm a wedding photographer, so my May and June were very busy with work. And in addition to that, we had multiple things happen with our health. My son got into the emergency room. My husband did not feel well, so he took himself to the urgent care. Our area got flooded, so we had to do a lot of extra calling and organizing and arranging for people to come and fix things that have to be fixed in our house. I don't remember what else. Our truck got towed away, so we were left with just one full vehicle. I mean, my husband has a motorcycle, so that's a good solution for transportation, but it was still so many things that you are trying to just get through the work and like take care of the kids. House will get done like a month later when the busy season will slow down, but then everything just kind of cascades and falls down on you, in addition to other things that you have to be working on. I don't even remember what else. Oh, we were traveling for the family, and there probably were other things that I'm missing out and like I'm forgetting to mention, but I am sure that in your life there are moments and like weeks and months of life being like, okay, give me a break a little bit. And I'm curious to hear, are you going through one right now? And if you do, share what crazy things are happening to you. And yeah, I would love to hear that, or if something recently has happened to you, I would love to know too. And I was just so, I was not too stressed out, but at first I was calm, and then I'm like, okay, this is very difficult to handle. Why is this happening? How can I make this better? And I'm like, okay, these things have to get done so that I can elevate some stress and like pressure off of me right now and in the future. And I'm sorry if you hear little noises. Oh, that's right. If you hear some noises, my little guy, he's eating some cereal. He's 2 and he's all by himself doing so well eating. Daddy Sonia, are you such a big boy? Are you such a big boy? Good job, buddy. So, I thought I would share with you 5 amazing things that are really good for us, even though the crazy busy seasons are so uncomfortable and so painful, but they produce such good things in our life. Thing number 1, that crazy busy seasons teach us to outsource well. I tried to outsource some work in the very beginning of my busy season, and it did not go well, did not go as I planned it to go. It kind of just came down on me with even more work. I thought I will get the work back and I will not have to redo like a lot. I will just adjust certain things, and instead I had to start from scratch, and I had like 1 or 2 days to edit 2 weddings. It was very stressful, and that was because I did not outsource well. As I went on with my month, I just kept working as hard as possible, and I have found a person who I'm 99%, even more than 99%, I'm sure that he will be able to help me with my work, and that's a few hours a week of my time that he will be able to take on and help me with my work. So when you hit that moment of like, okay, I cannot do it all, like things have to get done. There are things that you are responsible to delivering to people, and when you cannot do it, you find someone who will help you do this. You want more, buddy? Okay, you get the requirements, you get the rules, you got as much instructions as possible. You sit down in person with that person who is going to be helping you, if it's in person side by side or online conferencing. You talk to them, you explain to them in detail what you need. You record video trainings for them, screen capture or whatever you can do with audio, and you give them the work to do, and you ask them to deliver the work back to you a few days before you need to have it back, in case if you have to redo it or if you have to fix certain things, and that is all done. The thing number 2 is that very busy seasons keep us from mindless scrolling, mindless watching, or mindless anything. If it is an intentional, you're going to Instagram, Facebook, if you need a little break for yourself, if you are like going to sleep, and if it is relaxing for you, if you're catching up on the news, or if it's like on point, you're going there for business, to post for your work, or to do anything that is important for work, obviously do this as long as it is intentional. However, when it's not intentional, when it is a flood, like a literal flood in your house, you will not go on social media and you will not watch TV. You will make sure that your work is done, and that is very cleansing. The thing number 3, which I think is the most valuable one, is that crazy busy seasons help us recognize what is truly valuable and important, and what is fluff, what is unnecessary, and what just feeds our pride, and what are the things that do not bring any value in our lives. Right now, when I'm looking at my house, especially after the flood, we had most of our items from the basement were ruined, so we had to throw them away. And I'm like, why those things were even there? I did not even remember what they were. And I'm like, my house is filled with all other things that the same way just sit there. My kids throw a bunch of toys on the ground. I have baskets of crafts that we have not used in forever. I have my photography equipment that I haven't used in a very long time, and all like books that my bookshelves, I have a lot of books. Okay, buddy, I have a lot of books that don't think I will ever read. So whenever you are in this crazy mode of like, just get things done, just survive, it's so helpful for you to look around and be like, okay, these items in my house, in my life, or these calendar appointments, or these work appointments, they do not add anything to my life or to my family's life. They don't do anything good for me or my family. And then you are able to, obviously, whenever it's like a super busy season, it's very difficult to find time to declutter anything, if it's like your calendar or your physical surroundings. However, once the life slows down just a little bit, you will know exactly what you need to get rid of and what to keep. The thing number 4 that is also very important is that busy seasons help us to tame our pride a little bit. I don't want to say that I am like a super prideful person, but there are certain things that I really like being done. Like, I loved using glass dishes for my family, and I'm like, okay, that's not that much work to do dishes. I loved doing extra things for my clients, which is helpful for the business, but it's also a little bit of a pride, because I would get extra appreciation from my clients because they were not expecting certain things and they would get them. I loved, again, an extra thing for my work. I loved delivering my products that have to go to my clients. I loved them being early. And whenever busy season hits, it's like I can barely keep up with the things that are promised, and I'm like almost late. You want more, buddy? Okay, I have no idea where I stopped, so I'm just going to tell you. It's almost like the perfectionist, the prideful part of me is like, okay, we just need to survive this. So now, for the most part, we are using paper plates, which is so weird for me. This is not what I want to do, but that's what I need to do. I deliver my galleries on the due date. Like my wedding clients, they do not receive them earlier. I can barely keep up with the workload with everything else, so they get them on the due date. A few extra things they did not receive them. I will do like the slideshow, like a blog post for the weddings. I will do them hopefully sometime later this month, and hopefully there is still the benefit and like people are able to enjoy their photos a little bit more. But right now I cannot do them, and even though I really want to do them, I can't. So for you, it might be anything else. It could be the most random public or private things that you just makes you feel good about yourself. Like either you're taking care of the environment, or you're taking care of yourself or your family in an extra way. Well, crazy busy seasons show maybe those things are a prideful part of you, and maybe they're not very necessary, and it's okay to cut some things out temporarily and maybe add them back in when you are in a more slow season. But for now, it's okay to cut things out. And the last and the fifth thing that I have discovered for myself, what the busy seasons are doing to us, is that they make us brave. They make us do things that we would not normally do, the things that we would be so uncomfortable doing. Emailing an uncomfortable email to a client, asking for help, be it from a family or friend, or be it a paid help, again as I mentioned, hiring things out, or making uncomfortable decisions about your workflows, the way you manage your house or the way you manage your work, the tasks, and like this, your scheduling. Sometimes right now, one of the decisions that I'm making for myself is that I have to extend all of the dates that I'm promising, that the things that will be delivered to my clients, I'm promising like 4 weeks. I am going to extend that in the future, so that even though I don't want it to be longer, I will tell my clients 5-6 weeks, and then hopefully I'm able to deliver them earlier. But it is necessary for me and my future, my successful future, to make those decisions and make sure that I'm promising to myself that I am, like if I'm going for a smaller appointment, be there 15 minutes earlier. If I'm going for a trip, make sure that my things are packed or like somewhat organized a week before I'm leaving for a trip. If this is a deliverable for my client, make sure that I'm delivering it a week before the due date. Or if it's like Christmas shopping or Christmas gifts packing, make sure that those are done a month before the due date. Those things are not normal for us to think about, and they're not, they're uncomfortable. But whenever you are in a season that is like just overwhelming, those are the things that you kind of have to go through in your mind. And if you do not analyze those things and do not implement those things in your life, and you will not keep going with them, you will just end up with a mess a few months down the road when the same thing happens again. So I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope it is encouraging to you moms, not moms. I think mostly moms would be watching this kind of video. If you're going through a crazy season right now, I'm sorry. But as I have just told you, it is good for you because it will make you prune your life, cut things out that are not necessary, ask for help. There's a little Optimus Prime sitting on the high chair, so hopefully, I don't know if you hear it, he's just like, what? I know, buddy, you're such a big Optimus Prime. Yep, I know. If you have any questions or anything related to this video or life in general, work, life, parenting, a little bit parenting, we're all figuring it out as we go, let me know in the comments below or message me on social media. I would love to hear from you, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day.